I'm Trey Rochford with Rochford Companies. We're a small family business. We're in a lot of different things. We've got a hotel, we've got a land development, real estate, senior living community that we operate. We're into a lot of different stuff. We brought MediaTree in specifically for our Stevens Valley project. Stevens Valley is a project, it's a community that we're building. It is a very long-range community. And when I say long range, I mean it's a 20 to 30 year project from start to finish. We're maybe 5 years into it, and we're essentially building a small town. It'll be 1,200 units by the time it's all said and done, but that's not just single family homes, that's also a downtown, stack flats, and townhomes that will go in the downtown area. With Stevens Valley, we had something very unique because it's a very unique project, and it was very important for us to create a brand that fit that unique feel of Stevens Valley that we wanted. And we looked at a lot of different people to partner with, and we settled on MediaTree to come in and help us craft that brand and bring it to fruition. And I'll just preface this by saying that I generally, as a default, do not like marketing and advertising companies. Because I think in part the product is so ethereal. Your product that you get from that is reaching a customer. And it's hard to measure that quantitatively. So I think there's an awful lot of people that are in the business that just really aren't that good at what they do. But because they have a good graphics department, it's really easy for them to come in and just roll out the same thing that they've done over and over again and not really pay attention to the customer and not really listen to what the customer's needs are. So we saw that when we were starting out with Stevens Valley. Some of the people that we brought in, they were just bringing to us ideas of other places that they had done things. And it didn't really fit what we wanted to do. What was refreshing about MediaTree is they came in and started off and have continued to listen to us and hear what we were saying and understanding where we were, what our product was, and who we are as a company, and what our goals and objectives are. And what I will really say about MediaTree is they have jumped in with both feet. I feel that they are personally invested in the projects that we're working on together, and they are outstanding in coming up with ideas that match what we are looking for. We are a really good example of how MediaTree has dug into who we are and what our situation is, because at Stevens Valley we have 5 different builders. We're not marketing the houses for the builders, but we're marketing the project for the 5 different builders that are there. We're one of the 5 builders and the developer. So if you think about it in that situation, you have a lot of different voices that are expressing different desires and different ideas, and it's very difficult to get that many people. If you just look at the builders and then you pull back and you look at the development team, you've got a large number of people that all are trying to give input into what they think should occur. And that can be, frankly, very overwhelming for a new company that you bring in that just walks in, and all of a sudden there's all these voices that are coming at them with all these different ideas in different directions. From day one, MediaTree walked in and they understood the situation that we had. They understood the unique dynamic that we had in trying to come to a general consensus. Frankly, they were very proactive from the very beginning in coming up with solutions that we didn't even know we needed. We didn't even recognize we had the problem yet until we got into a meeting, all the voices started competing, and then MediaTree was able to step up and say, hey, well, why don't we consider doing it this way? And then the benefit that we've had with MediaTree is by having such a long-term relationship with them, they understand the internal machinations, the internal workings of our project and all the players that are involved. So it's become an awful lot easier over time dealing with the chorus of voices that have gotten more quiet because they recognize the expertise that we brought to bear by bringing MediaTree in. When you have 5 different builders that are trying to come up with 5 different marketing plans, and they take the back seat and say, yeah, you guys know what you're doing, we're not going to complain, that's a win.
My name is Winkler, and I run the marketing and public relations at Stevens Valley, along with their community and neighborhood events. The role that MediaTree plays in my job is they make me look good. They are my right-hand person. They are everything behind what I'm trying to accomplish, everything. Could not do it without them. When we first started talking to MediaTree, I realized very quickly that it was going to be a big sell to get my entire group, because there's a lot of decision makers, to bring on a marketing firm of MediaTree size. They quickly realized and quickly proved themselves what an important asset they were to the growth of Stevens Valley and to their brand. It was the best decision I made bringing MediaTree onto Stevens Valley. It's amazing. I can't believe all the different techniques and tools that they have and they provide for us so we can go ahead and do our jobs.
I guess the best way to say it is that we're in a very unusual time, and we're seeing a lot of business models change, particularly how businesses relate to customers and how businesses can interact with customers. We're seeing significant generational divide. The market that is looking for a move-down home that it's going to be their retirement home, they are very different in where they go to find information than someone that is in their early 30s and has some young kids. So we've got to find a way to bridge that gap and be able to reach all those markets if we're going to be effective in what we do. And what we found with MediaTree is they've been able to help us across the board and across a large spectrum cover a lot of different focuses, a lot of different areas, and bring a lot to bear, be it the search engine optimization, be it our website design, be it mass mailers out to real estate agents, all the way down to our signage, to our marketing material. It's a one-stop shop that covers a broad spectrum. Everything from a flyer, a mailer, all the way up to video editing and a TV spot. It's really remarkable, in my experience, to find a company that can provide the breadth of what MediaTree is doing for us.
We have so many different areas that we need to target at Stevens Valley. Not only do we have to target the residents inside the community of Stevens Valley, we have to target people wanting to buy a home. We have to target people in different states that want to move to Nashville. We have to target businesses that maybe want to bring their business to Nashville. Everything is managed that you don't see immediately. Things that I would never think of that would be important. MediaTree is already 5 steps ahead and is already taking care of that. It makes my job so much easier to do what I was hired to do, which was be with the people of Stevens Valley and introduce the community to Stevens Valley.
I will tell you that we started out by saying that creating and maintaining our brand was critical to us. We needed to find a way where we could stand out so that we were not just another subdivision. And MediaTree has really helped us get to a point where I think we've accomplished that goal. If you look at how we're perceived in the market, we've reached our market penetration in terms of people knowing who we are and knowing what we are. That's very difficult to do when you're dealing with a real estate market like the one that we're in right now, when there's so much noise that's out there. MediaTree has really brought us where we wanted to be, but we've really kind of done it in a non-traditional manner. We knew from the very beginning that we didn't want to go down the same route that most developers and you see most projects do, where you advertise in a home magazine that is on a wire basket in a gas station somewhere. We went to television and we ran and we are running TV campaigns. That's kind of unheard of for real estate projects in this area. But in working with MediaTree, we learned that we could reach our target market very effectively and very cost effectively through MediaTree's expertise in helping us navigate that unusual market. So we're very well positioned now. We are where we had hoped that we could be, and a large part of that is because of our partnership with MediaTree. And they've really been a joy to work with, which, coming from my position and my experience with companies of this type, that's high praise.